Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Yapper Yaps. Side note, if I do sound a bit stuffy, it's because I'm about to get sick. I say about to because I'm not exactly sick yet, but we're getting there. But without further ado, let's just get started into the story. So the first story is boyfriend mad at me because he opened up the relationship and got no dates. Am I the a-hole for how I responded? Me and my boyfriend, both 37, have been dating for just over 3 years. Prior to this, I was single for 8 years. Overall, it's been a healthy relationship. We are both independent with our jobs, living situations, etc. I do love spending time with him. I don't really have any complaints. However, something that startled me was about 6 months ago. Him saying that he wanted to open up the relationship, meaning going on dates and sleeping with other women. I've never been in a dynamic like this, so I naturally had a lot of questions. He told me that I could also go on dates and sleep with other men. I honestly was a little skeptical at first, but after doing some research and having time to think, I agreed. He had told me that if at any point I was uncomfortable, we could stop and close the relationship up again. One of the rules was we don't discuss with each other what we're doing or who we're going on dates with, etc. I signed up to a dating app. Within a few days, I had 500 plus likes, and it's been pretty steady since. So I started matching with people, texting, and arranging dates. On average, I go on 1 or 2 dates a month. There are also some people in similar dynamics of open relationships that I'm going on dates with, sleeping with regularly. I quite like the fact that everything is non-committal. So even though I was skeptical at first, I am enjoying the open relationship. As decided from before, I hadn't told my boyfriend about any of this. I was at my boyfriend's house the other day, and my phone was on the kitchen counter. He saw my notifications and then proceeded to go through my phone and read messages, including going through the dating app and whatnot. To say he was angry was an understatement. Turns out he opened the relationship up to take out on a date a younger colleague at his workplace who misread his idea of a date as just a work lunch. He then openly told me that he wanted to see if it would work with her, so he could ultimately leave me for her. However, she didn't want him, and it seems like no one else did either. In the last 6 months, he's had a few rough dates, but no one additional to sleep with. I feel somewhat embarrassed for him. He demanded we instantly close the relationship up, and I told him that maybe we should just end things or at least take a break. He was outraged and called me names. But he was the one who wanted this dynamic, so what's the problem? I left, and as I walked home, I was contemplating fully breaking it off with him. He's been blowing up my phone, and I'm not quite sure what to say. Am I the a-hole? Okay, before we get into the comments, I'm going to give my thoughts, and my thoughts is that this is queen behavior. This is absolutely queen behavior, because it's like he was the one that wanted to open the relationship up, not because of these two wanting to open up the relationship. Like, I get it in like BDSM community and kink community that are doing like open relationship. It's because both of them like the non-monogamy aspect of these relationships, like polygamy, polyamory. But this guy, he's doing it because he wants to take out his younger colleague because he was a horn dog apparently. But then the moment he wasn't getting any dates, he wasn't sleeping with anybody new, he's just like, F this shit. The moment it didn't work for him and his selfish desires, he's like, I don't want to do this anymore. And the moment he saw that she was getting more dates and she was living the best life and getting the best end of the stick in this type of relationship, he just completely lost it. And I'm just like, queen behavior. Leave this loser man. Leave him, because it's so obvious that he's just thinking of himself and he's not thinking of her. Like, he cannot handle the fact that she's happier in this type of dynamic, like going out with dates, being non-committal with other people, enjoying her sexuality and whatnot. And he's just not handling it. He's just not getting any, basically, and he's just losing it. So I say queen behavior. It's like, fuck around and find out. He fucked around. He didn't fuck around, and he found out what happened. It's just like, why couldn't he just leave? Like, get some balls and just leave your girlfriend if you're not happy with it. If you're not happy with the relationship, if you just don't want to be with her, if you just want to be with somebody else, just leave. Don't do this weird, convoluted plan that obviously blew up in your face. So now let's get into the comments. Comments is like, sounds like you're out there killing it. Have you considered asking out his work colleague? Honestly, she should. She really should. Just to rub it in his face. And this one, OP, this is a tale as to old as time. One side wants to open up the relationship for one of two reasons. They are already cheating, or they have someone they want to cheat with, and opening up the relationship will make it legal. Dump his ass. And another comment that replies to this comment says, and then it plays out in the classic way too. Number one, they can't have dates. Number two, the other partner has dates whenever they want. He even admitted he keeps OP as a backup. That alone would be a reason for me to break up and enjoy being casual until I'd meet the right person. I'm better than being someone's backup if the dream doesn't work out. He still doesn't realize what he has and won't until he lost OP fully, irreversibly. So, loser behavior, completely dump his ass. I'm pretty sure he's the type of guy that looks like a rat. Usually the guys that wants an open relationship when the other party is a bit like 50-50 are usually the guys that looks like a rat. That is the consensus that I can see. The next story that I'm going to talk about today is, this story has an update, and the title is, Am I the a-hole for telling my husband I don't enjoy doing his laundry? Advice needed. My husband and I have been married for 2 years now, been together for 4. I'm 24 and he is 27. Recently, I have been stretched quite thin between working full-time and full-time of school. I recently got more hours at work. I am almost done with my degree. I know I haven't been as happy or as affectionate, but I thought it was understood that this will be just a moment in time where I am busy and working hard. But it will be over eventually. My husband works too. A 9-to-5 office job. The thing is, after a day full of work and classes that go into the night, I come home and make dinner, do dishes, clean up the living room, etc. I have sat him down and explained that I have been unhappy because even once I'm home, it is impossible to rest. He said he understood and would do more tasks around the house. I made him a list of chores that would be helpful. He has done one, and it was for a single day. Nothing since. I am feeling fed up. The kicker is, yesterday he said that I haven't been as affectionate and he misses me. I told him that I have been so busy and with the house chores on top of work and school, I just cannot get in the mood or even cuddle or hug. Honestly, it is hard to be attracted to him right now, but I didn't mention that. He got angry with me. He started saying that I clearly didn't care about him because I know that physical touch is his love language, and I have been depriving him of that. All I did was tell him, do you think I enjoy doing your laundry, cleaning up after you? Those are labors of love. It is not like I would do just anyone's laundry. You don't clean up the way you promised me you would. So if anyone is lacking in the affection department, it is you. He went silent, grabbed the keys, and left. I feel really guilty that I accused him like that. Should I call and apologize? Am I the a-hole? Before I read the update, my first thought is divorce. Just divorce. I know they're young. She's young. He's definitely not young. He's almost 30. But in my eyes, it's like, you come into this relationship as a partnership. If you have to remind him constantly to do his end of the bargain of the house chores, you are taking care of a child. This is not a boyfriend. This is not a husband. This is not a partnership. This is a child. Do you want to be in a relationship with a child, or do you want to be in a relationship with an independent adult? Because right now, he is giving childish behaviors. And in my eyes, leave the man. This is because I have seen so many dynamics of this in my own personal life, in obviously social media. It's like the man depends so much on the woman, like for all these invisible and mental load labors, but he doesn't take into account all of these things that she does for him. And he has the audacity to say that you're not being affectionate to me. You don't love me. You don't cuddle me. We don't have sex anymore. And I'm just like, it is like she said, it is really hard to get in the mood and to have sex with somebody she has to take care of like a child. So let's read some of the comments before we go to the update. One of the comment is, Girl, don't call. Let him marinate in that silence. Maybe he'll finally hear the mental load echoing around the empty ass house he doesn't clean. Exactly. And for the love of God, have him do his own laundry. You're normalizing being his mother. Okay, the update is, so I posted about 6 months ago about my husband not doing any work around the house and my difficulty being attracted to him as a result, which he was complaining about. I did what you all suggested and let the house go to shit. I cleaned up my own messes and cooked for myself, but left all of his messes up to him. I moved to the spare room so that I could keep my sanity. I needed one place that was tidy so that I wouldn't twitch as much. I started sleeping there because his unwashed workout clothes were rank and scattered across the floor. Dishes were piled up fast. His hair was all over the bathroom sink. There was trash piled up by the door. He complained about it all, accusing me of not doing my duty as a wife. Oh my god, an incel. When I reminded him that we go 50-50 on literally everything to do with finances, so we should be 50-50 with housework too. He actually said that he is now making enough so that I can be a stay-at-home wife and a stay-at-home mom in the future. I had so much discontent in my body, all I could think of was no way in hell. He actually said that when we started fighting, he threw out all his condoms and hid my birth control pills for the next month because he wanted to be a dad. And he thought a baby would make me happy because I was clearly unhappy with it just being the two of us. Oh, this is a bit of a flash forward, but we are getting a divorce. Oh, thank God. Currently in the middle of it. I can no longer stand this man. I was thinking about how things have changed because I really did love him at one point and was wondering what went wrong. Here is some context. We met at church. I did grow up in a somewhat conservative community. Most of the women in my family got married and had babies fairly young. When I met my now ex-husband, we agreed that we weren't as serious with those kinds of roles. Hence, the wanting of 50-50. But we still got married kind of young and we did want kids eventually. Well, it turns out he has been very influenced by right-wing rhetoric these past few years. His view on women entirely shifted. It entirely sucks, but it feels nice to be able to put my finger on it. Who he has become wasn't who he was. Who he has become wasn't who he always was, and the same goes for me. So I'm finally figuring out myself. I am saying that wrong. So I'm finally figuring myself out, seeing what it is that I want. I relied on him for decision making way too much and let him take the priority. It's nice to go grocery shopping and pick out the flavor of ice cream I prefer, which is good. Again, first of all, he hid the birth control and threw out all the condoms. What is wrong with this guy? She's not consenting to this. He says that she'll be much happier when she has a baby. And I'm here like, that's not the point of why she's angry. That's not the point of why she is upset. I can't even speak. You don't understand why she's upset. I need to calm down because my mind is going like 100 a minute. You don't understand why she's upset. He went from not wanting to do house chores to immediately wanting a baby. What did he expect once a baby comes? What was he going to expect with the house chores? The house chores is just going to double. She's going to be even more unhappy. The fact of the matter is, he doesn't even realize why his wife is unhappy. It's like such a small matter that became such an immensely big issue. And the small matter was he was not doing his end of the bargain. Anyways, I am late to go out for dinner with my friend. I will see you in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.